Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Swing Shift Trades. For those who are new to the channel, my name's Matt. I've been trading for over 5 years, coming from a background of very little knowledge up to being a profitable trader. This channel is really aimed at beginners and intermediates who are on that trading journey and want to have a shot at being profitable. So if that includes you, then you've come to the right place. So anyone who already follows this channel knows that about 3 times a week, I look through the stocks, I transfer them to my watch list, and then I make a decision of which ones to buy and sell based on my strategy. So what I'm going to do in this video is just take you through those that are already on my watch list and go through them individually just to give you an indication of why I chose them and how they fit to my strategy. If you haven't seen it already, I go in depth through my strategy in previous videos, but in every video I do, I go through it again. So over time, you'll get to know exactly what I do and how I trade. So the whole purpose of these videos is really to save you time and help give you some nuggets of information to help you along your trading journey, because trading is a very tricky business. I've said this a million times. Most people who trade, day trade, swing trade, lose money over time. So you really want to avoid those pitfalls at all costs. So really, this channel is aimed at giving you the information and giving you the structure to give you a shot at becoming profitable over time. So let's hop over to the chart, shall we? So anyone who follows this channel knows that I work on the 4-hour chart. And what I'm really looking for is these smooth oscillations up and down in a perfect chart. So I'm a swing trader and I work off support and resistance mainly, not only, but mainly. And what I also use is I use 2 indicators. One is MACD and the other RSI. Now I've covered these in previous videos, but I'll go through them again as we go through each week. So the golden rule to me is to keep it really simple. If you keep adding indicators, there are so many criteria that have to be met that you end up in this doom loop and you will never identify good trades. So one really important thing that I emphasize all the time is that nothing beats time looking at the charts, getting a feel for the charts, and over time that will bring you experience and your edge. And indicators are only used to help you validate that decision, but don't rely on indicators solely. So what I've done here, if you go over to the right here, you can see I've already got 5 stocks on my watch list. So I work on the American markets, even though I'm based in the UK, stocks and shares. So in other videos, I've gone through how I actually obtain stocks to put on that watch list, and I'll do it again, probably in the next video. But at this point, we're just going to talk about stocks on the watch list and why they're there. So I think we'll jump straight in. So the first thing I do is I try and order them. So I'll click on each one individually and look at the charts. What I then usually do is just enlarge that view. And the reason is I don't want any distractions, even from indicators. I want to get a feel of the charts themselves. Nothing will beat that experience. So what we're really after is looking for these smooth oscillations up and down and up and down. And I'm a long trader, so I try and catch a swing at the bottom, hoping to catch the upswing. Now, of course, that perfect world never exists. So you have to make your judgment. So what is that judgment? So let's go through some of these. This stock is FLWS. And what I can see, if I look through the history, there has been this oscillation. It's not particularly smooth. There's areas of support here where it's bounced, it's come down, it's bounced, gone up, and then down, up, down, up. So there's been an oscillating scenario, but it's been difficult to predict where it is going to bounce. So if we stretch this out about and move to the end, what I'm looking for is the last area of support. And if we look down here, the stock's come down and it sort of looks like it's hit this plateau here. It's been ranging for a while. So there is another area of support that's been here. So one might expect this to bounce upwards. So it's on my watch list, and I think this is an okay stock. So what I might then do is just click the minimize and look at some of my indicators. Now my primary indicator is MACD. So it's a simple momentum-based indicator. And what I'm really looking over, or for, sorry, is a crossover here. So that the green histogram is indicative of momentum. But no indicator is perfect. Don't let anyone tell you any different. The MACD indicator is not very good in a ranging market, and this has been ranging, you can see. Even though it's been ranging, it looks like this might be ready for a bounce. So what I am really looking for is an increase in this histogram, which does seem to be happening. I would never ever enter a trade without waiting for at least one candle on that histogram. So this is okay for me. My judgment is that it might upswing. So I'm going to leave that on my watch list at the moment. So let's hop down to the second one, shall we? We are TTGT. This is the stock. So we can see there's a very broad area of support here. It's been oscillating or ranging around this area. It dipped, and then there was a spike in the price action. So it's come down again, and it does seem to have hit this area of support. Now, again, there's no guarantee in trading. So what you're looking for is the balance of evidence, and that balance of evidence is based on your strategy. So my strategy here, as many of you will know, is to wait for a green candle that represents momentum. So this does look like it's on the up. There's a light green histogram here, so the momentum isn't great at the moment, but it looks like it's on the up. So again, I would give this, because there's an area of support here, probably a C grade. So it isn't as good as the one before. So I would leave it in this position. So I'm not taking any trades here. I'm just ordering them in my watch list. So this I would put as a C grade trade. So let's move on to the next one quickly. Snap. Let me maximize this again to have a good look. So the history of this stock is only available until since February. And since then, it's oscillated, it's gone down, it's gone up, down, up. And again, it has dropped here, but there doesn't seem to be an area of good support. So it might drop down to here. So to my eyes, there doesn't look anything too consistent here. This area of support is not convincing to me, and it's broken through this in the past. So if it had come down here and then bounced, I'd have a bit more interest. So I am actually going to remove this from my watch list. There is no support here in my eyes using my strategy. So that's gone. So just a reminder, you have to be a bit ruthless here with your stocks. Does it fit your strategy? So let's move on to the next one. NVA, the stock here, priced at there's the sell price and the buy price here, 475. So again, we've got these oscillations, so that always strikes my interest. And there does seem to be a broad area of support here, but it's against this background of some choppiness. So it might well be that this is on the upswing. Let me just have a quick look at my indicators. So you can see at the moment, the trend according to the momentum indicator, the MACD, is downwards. So again, to reiterate, I would only consider taking a trade if the price action aligned with the MACD crossing over in the positive and there being a dark green histogram. So that criteria has not yet been met. So what I will do on this one is keep an eye on it. And I think it's got potential here if it does start to go on the upswing. So I would move that into second position. So moving on to the last one, this is SPRO. Let's open this up, fill the screen. You can see, get into the routine of doing this. Just focus on your price action. So there's been some oscillations here, up and down, levels of support. But what's happened is it's broken through that level of previous support. And you could argue that there's another area of support down here. That might well be the case. But if it is, we've already missed that upward trend in the price action. So in other words, I've missed that trade. So you can see the stock has already gone up. So if I placed a trade here, I would be chasing this price action. And that's another one of my rules, is never to chase price action. So in other words, we've missed this. So I would remove that from my list. So there we go. I've got 3 stocks. So what I would do now is just revisit them quickly or confirm which order I would put them in. This is quite, it's come down, hit this level of support. I might expect a bounce. This one is a bit more choppy. It's come down to this broad level of support, but it might have pipped past this. So in my mind, it's not as good. It doesn't fit my strategy as well as the first one. So I'll leave that in second place. And if I move down that to the third, this one looks like it might be on an upswing. There's an area of very broad support here, and it might start going up. Let's just have a look at my indicators. They're not giving me a dark green momentum indicator. It's been ranging. So it's a bit unpredictable, this one, although overall, it sort of gives the sense that it might be on the up. So I think overall, this is the right order. 1, 2, and 3. Bear in mind, we've just removed 2 as well. So the next stage in doing this, now we've put these in order, is actually to put some alerts on the others to see when we might actually take the trade. So the market hasn't opened yet. It opens at 2:30 in UK time. We've got another 9 minutes to go. So based on this, we've got some green momentum. I might be ready to take this trade. So I will stay for the market open and keep an eye on this one. And if I like the way the trade moves on the opening of the bell or the opening of the market, then I might place that trade. For this one, we can still, the momentum according to the MACD is still going down. So although we might expect the upturn to come, so I will put a notification on this. So for any beginners out there, the way you do that is you can add an alert, falling to rising, and then I would just put the message on, which is NVA. Keep it very simple, NVA MACD. So that will tell me to go to that stock and that it's crossed the MACD on the up. So really, I'm looking for that to cross to the positive and then look for a dark green momentum, which would indicate a strong momentum. So that is now on my alert. And if you go down one here, that will be on there. I've just put that on. I'll remove this old one here. So there you go. It's on my alerts. And if we go to this one, well, it's already in the positive, having some positive momentum, but it's weak. So I will track this manually rather than have an alert. It's ranging at the moment, but I've got a feeling it might go up. So it's not, I would take this first one as a preference, but I would keep my eye on this at the market open. So that's it. I've screened my stocks and I'm keeping an eye on those I might take a trade with. So in the next video, I think when you come back, I will tell you what I did with each of these and we'll see if I made a profit. So I do this broad process at least 3 times a week and I'm on the charts briefly every day. Over time, you just get into the routine. So any of you who really want to know this strategy and save you some time in learning the strategy, then please feel free to come and join me on these. And we keep going on and going on through that routine. And I'll go into a bit more detail again about the specifics of the strategy, which is a support and resistance strategy. So there you go. I hope you found that interesting and you found some information there that you could take forward to develop your strategy. So if you found those useful, just a reminder that I'm online every week. I post a video every week where I will look through the stocks, choose my stocks, transfer them to my watch list, and then justify those ones that I will take on to trade. So you might get a lot of information from that, particularly if you're a beginner or intermediate. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you've taken the time to do that, and I'll see you in the next one.